I want to share a story. Actually, I want you, if you don't mind telling it, but I will if you don't want to. Callie's leadership showed up in the second round of the playoffs for me personally. You know where I'm going with this? When I was late for the playoff game.
Jesus, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You can run with it. I mean, it's probably better from your view than mine.
Yeah. You can grab it from your vantage point. So it's I think it was the second round of the playoffs. We're playing the Washington Capitals in 2012, and I'm getting a ride to MSG. I lived in Jersey.
Smart. So you're a terrible driver.
Oh, that is true. Actually, Callie was on the team. I almost hit Rasheed Wallace. But anyways, so I'm driving. I was getting a ride, so I was in the passenger seat, and I'm going to the playoff game. I left way early. I'm going to get to the game early. I like to usually get to the game early, and I had no idea, but I don't remember the exact. It doesn't matter. But it was like the president or the vice president. There's some big political convention or something going on.
That shuts down the whole city. When
that happens. Down the whole city. I didn't know. So I got on the West Side Highway, and I'm like way up. I don't know. Maybe I'm up at somewhere around like 100th or whatever. And what MSG's at like 32nd, 29th, somewhere in that range. Yeah. And so I'm way up there, bumper to bumper. An hour goes by, don't move. And I still left early enough where I had time. So I'm like, okay, we got to start moving here. And I'm trying to like think of different routes. Everything's like block. So now it's getting up, at a 7:00 game, we usually have to get there at 5. That's like the latest you can get there. So now it's like 5:15, 5:30. I end up texting JR, our PR guy. I'm like, JR, I'm coming, whatever. And he was good. I don't think he was going to like rat me out or anything like that. Like he was kind of whatever. So it eventually gets to the point, like it's like 6. It's like pushing 6:00.
Yeah. So Rupper. So as this is going on in the room, when you walk into the room, when you play, everybody has their jersey hanged up perfectly in their stall. Everything's lined up perfectly. So everybody, all of a sudden, everybody starts talking in the room. We're like, shit, where's Rupper? Has anybody seen, like none of us? He's usually one of the early guys. So I took it. I'm like, we can't let Torts know that, or any of the coaches know that he's late or he's not here. So I grab his jersey. I hang it up to the side. I take all of his equipment down. I lay it out in front of his stall. I take his sticks on the rack. I throw his sticks in his stall. Like throw a couple rolls of tape in there. So, I mean, if anybody walked by, it's Rupper somewhere on the rink. Like, you know what I mean? So he's been there for a while. Sticks are out, stuff's out. So I'm like, we got to buy him time, because you have to the point of pregame meeting, which, whatever time that is. I'm like, so I've bought him to that. If he's not here by then he's on his own after that.
Yeah. So I'm not there. I'm not there for the pregame meeting, but Callie does this. So nothing looks like, if everything was perfect in my stall the way the trainers left it, it would have been very evident. Someone's not here. Rupper's not here. So he lays all that shit out. Boom, boom, boom. Tape in the stall, sticks. It's all good. I don't know this is going on. Meanwhile, I'm at but this time maybe 70th Street and like the West Side Highway. I'm like, I gotta fucking walk. Run. I get out and I'm running in my suit. Dude, I ran like 35 blocks MSG playoff game. I had a blue dress shirt on, soaked all the way through, just soaked. And I come in, get in the MSG, come up the elevator, come in, I'm changing, and like nobody's saying anything to me. And I'm like, or actually I ran into Callie. Callie's like, and then I saw what Callie did. I'm like, holy shit, man, you're the best ever. And then I'm like sitting there like, I just dodged a bullet. Callie saved me. I got here minutes before warmups. I don't have to deal with the wrath of Torts. And then I started sitting there thinking, if Torts knows that I try to pull a fast one, I'll never play here again. So I'm like, I got to own it. I got to go in there and say something. So I go into Torts' room. I
didn't know you went in there. I didn't know.
I went in there. I appreciated what you did, but I was like, dude, if he finds out later,
I hear
you. Rude. Like now I'm a liar. You know what I mean? Now he can't trust me. So I end up going in his room. He's got his glasses are down on his nose. He's writing on his notepad, like doing whatever. I go, hey, Torts, and he looks up. He's like, what's up, Rupper? And I'm like, hey, I'm just giving you the heads up, like traffic, man. I don't know if it's the president, whatever it was, but I just got here right now. I literally ran 20 blocks. I'm like, I just got my, I can bring you my shirt. It's drenched. I literally ran 25 blocks to get here or whatever. And he just goes, oh yeah, okay, well, go get ready. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, he didn't even care. Like, nobody noticed I was gone. Like, he didn't give a shit. Like, it was, but my whole point and all that, like, you know what, dude? Like, Cali, that's what Cali was. He had your back. And you know what? Because who would have gotten in trouble there? I would have gotten in trouble, but I'm sure Torts wouldn't have been too happy with you either if you found out about that. But that's what you did. You led. And that was why you got the C for the New York Rangers.
I appreciate that. It was, like I said, it was awesome being the captain there. We had some great groups, man. We had some fun teams there, and it was good. It was good runs we went on.
Hey, that's leadership. You never heard Pierre McGuire telling stories like that between the benches about that kind of leadership. And that's what we need.